Drop the bass, feel the surge, jump into the future, it's time to emerge. Lilypad Network, we're here to stay, taking you on a journey in a groundbreaking way. We're the frogs in the net, powering AI with the dubstep set. Lilypad Network, watch us rise with the beat that grooves, the tech that defies. Lilypad Network, let's dive in deep, connecting the world. One leap at a time with epic drops and froggy vibes. We're making waves. It's our Lilypad Network ride. Drop the bass, feel the surge, jump into the future, it's time to emerge. Lilypad Network, we're here to stay, taking you on a journey in a groundbreaking way. We're the frogs in the net, powering.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining for this week's AMA. My name's Steve Kuchin, also known as Developer Steve. I don't know why I fumbled that, but here we are. It's a Wednesday in our part of the world, and I'm joined here today by Rich from the engineering team. Hello, Rich.
Hello, happy to be here.
So excited to have everyone here. We've got a lot to cover, and well, we're also looking forward to hearing all those questions that you might have. If you're if you're a resource provider, if you've been using the CLI on the new Incentive Net network, actually, that's probably a good segue to bring up. Hey, there's the one we prepared last adventure, last live stream. So if you want to find out more about our new Incentive Net or new-ish Incentive Net that we launched recently, head to lilypad.tech/IncentiveNet, and there's really good, some really good write-ups on how that works and everything you need to know, plus how to get started if you've got a GPU that you want to share into network. And yeah, we've seen a lot of people starting to get that screen. A lot of resource providers joining the Incentive Net at the moment, and getting some wallet addresses on that leaderboard as the network grows out, which has been phenomenal to see. Yeah, it's been actually really good to see that, and also the feedback has been amazing. So as like with any good live stream, as we go through the live stream today, please drop any questions, comments, and emojis into the chat, and we'll answer them as we go. We'll answer them as we go. We also accept emojis, so even if you don't have anything to add, feel free to drop emojis in the chat, be it on LinkedIn, Twitter, or X as it's now known. Twitter X, maybe? No, whatever combination you use. Or on, what other platform are we on? Oh, YouTube, of course. Or on YouTube. I set that up, so I don't know why I didn't remember that. It's been a lot going on. Rich, what's some of the exciting updates that you've had from the world of engineering this live stream? I know I've seen a lot of tickets being processed, and a lot of the done column being moved across the board, which is, well, archived. I shouldn't say across the board, because we don't go back; we only go forward. Yes. But what's some exciting updates?
I think the main exciting update is that we are just about to finally release rewards on the leaderboard. So we've been very busy working on that.
I need some emojis. Actually, somebody drop a celebration emoji into the chat for those that are listening. Oh, Emma's dropping Lilypad frog emojis, which is one, of course, we added to the emoji set. No, we didn't. It was already. Yeah, that is amazing. We have been even more busy than we were pre-network launch, just helping get everything sorted, updated, and any issues that may have appeared after launch. Because you can never, as much as you try during launch, and anyone that's ever launched a product before will know, you can never quite get them all before pre-launch, and there's always that one or two or three maybe that you got to get after you've launched. But that, like with all good open source projects, we're always looking for feedback on how we can make our documentation better, or we're always looking for contributors as well for adding to docs, or if there's something you think we should add to the base functionality, the core framework, be you a resource provider, a CLI user, or everything and everyone in between. all our code is on GitHub. So please go check it out and tell us what you think. Join the Discord. Actually, put the link on the screen. There it is. Oh, I need some hotkeys for this for the StreamYard that we're using. There probably are some. I haven't read the documentation. Oh, I should probably read the documentation. Anyway, you join us on Discord and tell us your thoughts. Tell us ways that we can make it better. Tell us your ideas, or tell us what you want to build. If you're looking to build some modules out to run on the network, yeah, tell us what you want to see, or some things you'd like to see, or better still, contribute. Because we're actually going into the next phase of IncentiveNet soon. And again, you can read all about it on our blog. But in the next phase, we're looking to incentivize or encourage contributions to our open source project and community involvement and our documentation. So yeah, keep an eye on our blog for that, and then find out more about how in the IncentiveNet on our blog, blog.lilypad.tech. So let me just see if there's no questions yet, but if you do have any, drop them into the chat on whatever platform you're on, or join the Discord. But today I thought we'd do something a little fun, a little different, or maybe not a little different, but a little fun. I thought we'd build a resource provider on a cloud. Actually, I can't even say a cloud provider because I'm going to use the web terminal because I haven't set up the PEM key for it yet, but it's on just using some GCP credits we have. I was finally able to, took me a little while because they're a little bit hard to get, but a GPU instance server or VM that we can deploy a resource provider on, or try and deploy one on and see how we go. But if anyone does have any questions as we go through, please drop that into the Discord. If you're not familiar with the Lilypad project, we basically do off-chain compute using GPUs added to a decentralized network. We do off-chain compute using on-chain guarantees. So basically, we do containerized workload processing with GPUs attached to our decentralized network, and basically run heavy compute jobs, or modules as we call them, on the network. So today we're going to be looking, if no questions pop up, we're going to be looking at spinning up a resource provider, and then also looking through some logs, and we hopefully should see it appear on the leaderboard. Well, without further ado, here's some screens I prepared earlier. I'm going to drop that into the chat, which should appear on most of the platforms, but you can also visit docs.lilypad.tech and then follow the links down the left-hand side to the running a node section. If you're looking to run a node, or if you want to follow along at home, or if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past. These docs are ever evolving, so it's always important to make sure you keep an eye on them. And if you discover something that you think needs to be updated, these are on our GitHub as well. So feel free to open a pull request, make some edits, open a pull request. We're always looking for those contributions. So actually, let's start at hardware requirements briefly, because I think that's probably the first stage of the adventure. So these are again, this is an evolving spec requirement. Make that a bit bigger. There we go. These are an ever-evolving spec requirement as our network grows and the capabilities of the binary releases grow. This will no doubt encompass more hardware variations as we go through. But currently, it's at a quad core with an x64 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, and at least 250 meg of download speed. I'm not sure I quite get to that, but we'll see how we go. Oh, also, we're using cloud resource today, so shouldn't be too much of a problem there. And of course, on the GPU side, we're looking at a NVIDIA GPU with ideally a minimum spec of 8 gigs of RAM. But there is a bit of an asterisk there because some of the bigger jobs, like the SDV, the video generation, does require, does tend to like a bit more VRAM, 14 gigs, but 8 gigs will get you through some of the, I'm going to say the mid-tier modules. So Olama and SDXL, for example, will run quite nicely inside that. But they're just the recommended specs. Or the ideal minimum specs. Of course, if you've got a lot bigger hardware to be able to drop in, then you can also add that too. Actually, I just got a communication from the the team behind the scenes. Hello, Emma and Sam from marketing. We are almost at 1,000 people in our Discord. So funny I should talk about Discord before, because at our 1,000th person to join, oh, that was a tongue twister, gets a special, oh, I almost said what it was because I know what it is, but there's something planned for the 1,000th person. And last time I checked, we were at 990 something. So, oh, I can see the number. It's pretty close. It's literally the next few. So if you haven't yet joined, join the Discord, because there's a special prize planned for the 1,000th person. It's through the doors. So, and I just got to say, it's been absolutely amazing seeing the community grow so much around the project. So thank you, everyone. I really do need emojis on here. Anyway, so that's kind of the hardware specs we're looking at. Rich, did you have anything you wanted to throw in? Wait, what are you running? You've got a hardware node there, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm running a A4000 with 16 gig of RAM.
Nice.
Yeah, so I don't have much to add. The more, the better. You'll be able to run more jobs and run the jobs more quickly. So you will earn more rewards if you have a better card.
So, yeah, and that goes double for anyone. No, it doesn't double, but doubly so for anyone running a. Well, they might have an 8100. One of the new kids on the block that I know. Well, everyone kind of wants. Actually, I was looking at pricing at, I'm going to say, a cloud provider with instances recently, and they get really expensive, which is why
They are very expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the numbers just kept growing on the monthly expense on those things. So if you do have one idle, like adding it to our network just means that you're going to be able to help people like research. We've got some great research folks doing some really cool research that we'll be able to talk a little bit more about soon. Actually, I do need to get shout out to Science Stanley. We do need to get him on here at one point. I keep talking to him about it, but he's on a few research projects at the moment. But for anyone not familiar with Science Stanley, check out his work on socials. I'm pretty sure he's at Science Stanley almost everywhere, and he's involved in some really cool research, everything from planetary sciences, one of my favorites, totally out of this world. But actually, he has a really good I need to get him on to talk about it. He has a really good story about marine biology and his early days in university. That's all I'm going to say, but it is pretty good. Now I need to get him on to talk about it. Anyway, you get to help those folks do some amazing research projects, and then as Lilypad gets integrated more into DevOps workflows and whatnot, you'll be able to contribute your GPU and earn some Lily bits along the way as well, particularly in our early incentivized testnet stage as we continue to build and scale things out. So that's kind of hardware requirements. Again, if you've just joined us, we're looking at deploying a resource provider onto, well, I was going to say a cloud provider, but you're all going to see me in a minute when I switch to the next screen, onto GCP using some credits. I thought that'd be a nice, easy way to see things getting built. Anyway,
we've never done this before, right? So we are going to have to figure it out as we go along.
This is true. We have not tried this before on GCP, on a cloud provider. Actually, we have had a few people ask about this, and well, I'm gonna say now. So let me switch screens. The spec we're using on this. So it took me 2 hours yesterday to try and reserve an instance, a GPU instance. It did take me a while, and I couldn't get the low end of their where is it? There we go. So this instance we'll be using today it has a NVIDIA L4. It's kind of one of the standard templates that you just sort of spin up with create an instance, whatever else. But then you get to choose which GPU you've got attached. And I could not get the bottom tier at all through, I don't know, like 60 different regions or whatever it is. There was a lot of regions I kept going through, and I kept trying to spin it up, but there were just none available. So this is a $500 a month instance that I'm using here. So for anyone asking whether it's worth spinning up a VM to do this, I mean, you do your own economical math, but I'm going to say no. It probably isn't going to be, but I mean, that's the point of a distributed GPU network, is to be able to look at, try and make this not only cheaper, but more accessible, because We have a network of GPUs there and you're able to use it. But this is purely for demonstrational purposes only, just for getting things set up. And well, we're going to look at some logging and whatnot as well. Some of the common questions we're seeing up here in the Discord, which if you're not on, you could be the 1000th person, so you do need to join. So that was my Jedi moment. Anyway, today we're using a NVIDIA L4. I think I'd set it up with like it's a G2 standard. Does it have memory on here? No, it doesn't. I think I gave it like a 30 gig hard drive or something. It's got like 16 gigs of memory. Essentially, I tried to mirror the hardware specs from minimum hardware. There we go. It is a quad core. It does have that. And it's running Ubuntu, because I like Ubuntu, and also everything kind of runs nicely on that. But you can use Debian or whatever else you're familiar with running. Maybe next live stream, we might even try on Windows, because I've had a few people ask some questions about that too. And I always like going through this as well, and just seeing, making sure we've got everything covered, and if anything needs to be added, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, let's switch to running a node. I'm going to switch back to here and then open a SSH window. Oh, probably need to start the instance. That's right, I turned it off because it was quite expensive. Resume. All right, let's start that one. I should have started that before I started talking. Actually, that shouldn't take too long to start up. Anyway. So the first thing we're going to need set up, and this is for the CLI as well, is MetaMask, which I do have. It's running in my browser here. There we go. Which I'm not going to open now because it's got all my test details in it. So I won't open on there anyway. I'll open that in another window. Got a couple running. But those are the details you need to set up and connect to the Arbitrum test faucet that we're running at the moment, that we're running our testnet on. So you can read all about that one there. Go into that too much. And then, of course, you need to fund your wallet, which I will be using a funded wallet today. Oh, actually, I haven't grabbed my 24 hours worth of 0.1 ETH to run yet. But you can run, yeah, there we go. Actually, let's just open it up. So we've got two faucets you need to grab from. The Lilypad token faucet, which is that one there. And then the Arbitrum faucet, you get a nice list of these. The one I normally use is the Chainlink one. You can try and use the others, and if you need some of them you need accounts for, some of them you don't need accounts for, some of them you need ETH on. But the Chainlink one is kind of one of my favorites because you just need to connect to GitHub, and yeah, you can get all the tokens you need to be able to start deving stuff out there. But you can use any of the ones in that list there, which is kind of cool, kind of handy. And they vary depending what time of day you're getting them as well. At least that's what I've noticed. The next thing, we don't need the Docker thing yet. Prerequisites wise, Linux, Ubuntu is recommended. I always like using Ubuntu 22, but I mean, you could use 24 if you want to. I just find 22 is a little bit easier at the moment. Because I don't know, it's just me, but sometimes you got to give that Ubuntu a year or two just to let all the releases get settled and stuff. That sometimes they're a little bit like that. So I'm using 22 for this one. I haven't installed NVIDIA drivers yet. I think I've installed Docker. Let's go have a look. It's important to note here, yeah, that should connect now. Oh, it's probably going to ask me for a bunch of logins. Hang on, let me take that off screen for a moment. Just while it transfer keys and whatnot. It's important to note too that with the Docker install, you can't just use, like normally with Ubuntu, you just do like apt-get and then you can install the package you want to install. So with this, you need to install Docker Engine and not Docker Desktop. I made this mistake a while ago when I was running setting up an RP. And yeah, you need to install the engine, at least on Ubuntu anyway, I believe. Oh, didn't have to do all the authorization things. Let me move that back this way. There we go. I'm going to make that bigger. Resize that. There we go. Hey, now I got it. Let me just save some time and go straight into sudo because I like to live dangerously sometimes. It's a test box, so it's fine. But I think I installed Docker. No, I didn't. Excellent. I thought I had on this one, but maybe I did on another one. Cool. Well, we get to install Docker then. So I'm going to install Docker Engine to begin with. Don't need to clean anything up because there's nothing to clean up, but I should just be able to grab that and then have a bunch of it install really quickly. But yeah, Docker engine is the required, the Docker you were looking for. Yes. Oh, right. That's not still doing that. Oh, right. I still have to then run it because that just installed the packages. Yes, I should have added a -y to that. Let that finish. I will say one thing, this instance is super quick, but it would want to be with a L4, NVIDIA L4 on it. If you've just joined us and you've got any questions, comments, or emojis for this week's Lilypad live stream AMA, please drop them into the chat. Oh, I was just reading output messages. Please drop them into the chat as we go along on whatever platform you're watching or listening from, be that Twitter, YouTube, or LinkedIn. I have to remember the last one then. And yeah, we'd be more than happy to break with what we're doing now and yeah, sort of chat through any questions that you did have. Otherwise, we're setting up a resource provider from following the instructions from Docker Hub, from Lilypad docs, which is available at docs.lilypad.tech. Just going through the steps to install Docker Engine, not Docker Desktop, but Docker Engine at the moment, which actually might, hey, there we go, is now up and running. That's going to be latest. Yep, sweet. And that's, yeah, that's installing Docker. Video drivers. Does this cover? Hey, there we go. Yeah, we went through this one. So that was installing Docker. Install the NVIDIA toolkit. So I should just be able to copy that block. Already exists, which would kind of maybe make sense. Do I overwrite? Oh yeah, what the heck? Seems like a good thing to do. It'll probably adjust itself. Okay, cool. Which doesn't surprise me that it's already installed, given there's a NVIDIA GPU attached to the instance. But still, we'll make sure that we've got the latest one sort of running there. And then we just have to configure the container runtime using NVIDIA CTK, which is like so. Okay, so we go to service, Docker restart. Hey, there we go. Sweet. Oh, which is there as well. There we go. Then the next step then is to install Backahal, which we use for some of the execution of jobs. So run that one. Oh, how good are these text blocks? So handy. And that's kind of it for that. Oh, wow, that's nice and easy. The one thing I am going to check here, because I know this is a common question that keeps coming up, and then we think that this is related. It's actually a ticket open on the Lilypad repo for this. I know because I opened it. But I'm just going to check to make sure that app data IPFS directory is created, because sometimes we've had some people saying it doesn't. So it seems to be there. Let's try. Yep. Okay. No, I created on this one. If you if you have experienced that particular file path not being available, we've seen a few users say it, and I think it might be more on the Windows WSL side, which we'll maybe do next live stream. But if you have experienced that in the past, please add comment to the ticket open, because we obviously want to capture environmental details and some of the nuances that we want to be able to replicate this issue so that we can fix it for future releases. So if you have experienced it, please add it to the ticket or join us on Discord. You might even be this 1,000th Discord member, because we're very, 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 very close. Actually, I would love for it to happen while we're doing on the live stream, for us to click over. Oh, actually, we had another one. Excellent. Oh yeah, and in the chat on YouTube, I think it is, we're posting some links at the moment for some of the things we're talking about. So if you want to find out more, follow those links or join the Discord. Anyway, what are we up to? Backahal is installed. Now comes the Lilypad bit. So I'll grab that and scoot back over to our window. And that should have grabbed the Lilypad. There we go. The Lilypad binary. probably going to, that's back. Oh, where did Lilypad go? Where did that just put it? I thought that would have put it into the temporary directory, but maybe I need to go somewhere else. Let's do it out here. I'm going to do that again in home directory. Hopefully. Where's it putting it? Oh, wait, sorry, I missed the last line. It's moving it to, yeah, user local bin. Good catch, Rich. I just spotted as you're about to.
I was
Like,
about to say, yeah.
I'm just going to make sure it's there. Yep, there it is there. I think I need to then, it should have chmodded it. And then we create the environmental file as well. So I'm going to do, actually, I could just copy the entire block and then it will do all the things it needs to do. And just to check that, we'll do, what's the app? Oops. There it is there. Huzzah. And now we just need to add the private key. Ooh, I might have to switch windows for this one. I am going to switch windows this one because you couldn't give away your MetaMask private key, even if it is just a test environment with tokens in it that you collect daily every 24 hours. I am just going to move that over here for a second and scoot back over to do a bunch of password things. I should have had this prepared earlier. If you have just joined us and you have a question, please drop it into the chat. We also accept emojis, maybe not for questions, because that might be a little tricky to understand. But if you do have a question, then yeah, please drop it into the chat or even a comment if there's something you think we could do better in our docs or needs to be updated. Please let us know because we're always looking for that feedback. And I'm just doing private key things. All right, that's added to the environment. The web3_private_key equals, it's just been added. Now I'm going to MetaMask to put in all my passwords that I hopefully remember. I didn't that time, but I did that time. It's always usually like one of two passwords. Oh, MetaMask is telling me a whole bunch of important stuff. And then I go to the top part, click those three dots, account details. And show private key, comes up with all the warnings, hold to reveal private key, tick, 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 got it. And adding that to the environmental file, which you just saved. Right, move back to this window, swap this one back. There we go. I think that was, did I have to add anything else there? No, that's it. This is where you'll get paid in LP tokens. Yes. See, maybe now if I add this node, maybe then I won't have to keep topping up every day. No, I probably still should. Install the system MD unit for Backahol. To install system MD, open that location there. Oh, see, I love that there's a Vim example down here. Now, I've got nothing against Nano. I just prefer Vim. Rich, dare I ask, which one are you?
I prefer Nano.
Oh, I don't know if we can be friends now. No, we still can't. It's like the tabs versus spaces of the DevOps world, isn't it? The whole like
Well,
Vim
I
versus
used to
Nano.
be that for a long time until I discovered Nano, and then I didn't go back.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, I've kind of used it a few times. I just prefer Vim. But there's no, actually, everyone playing along at home, drop that into the chat. Do you prefer Vim or Nano? I'm just curious to see what everyone's using. There's no right or wrong answer. Either does the job just fine. And if you can use it, like, you know, while trying to fix stuff, then, I mean, it's the right tool to use, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to open the service. So I'm going to go VI. Sorry, Rich. I would use. Oh, there we go. Just going to open it. And should probably copy from up there so that it doesn't carry the formatting. Sometimes some of these things carry a little UTF formatting that we really don't want in there. Do :WQ. And then I need to create a resource provider for Lilypad. So I'll do the same thing again. Do VI, I for insert, and copy again. There we go.
It's worth mentioning that we are working on a simpler Docker setup for this, so that you don't have to go through all of these steps manually.
All right, then reload. So then we just need to enable our services. Yeah, and again, if anyone's got any thoughts or they want to test something or they do use the new containerized deployment and has some thoughts on how to make that better, we're always open to feedback and always looking to connect to people that can help do that. There we go. Yep, all the sim links created. And then fingers crossed. Moment of truth. Did it work? Ah, there we go. It has not yet. Right. It could have given us a little more error coding. Status 127. Rich, do you know what 127 is? No, I'm just joking.
No.
I must have missed something. This could also be something to do with the cloud environment we're running this in potentially too. All right. Well, let's step through this a little bit. Servers, like backhaul status. So let's see if this one's running. Oops. All right, that could be some of the problem. Servers. Restart, maybe. All right, it's not even outputting any logs, which is usually the first place. This is probably going to be, there we go. Let's see if this one, that's what I was looking for. Exit code. Restart counter is at 16. Oh, okay. No, that's just saying it's restarting. Error while letting shared libraries. CUDA. Maybe CUDA's not running that. Maybe I can do, nope. I thought I might be able to cheat there. So I'm going to jump back up to the top where we install the NVIDIA. So that the CUDA should come in through the NVIDIA base toolkit, right? Environmental file, that's all there. So it must be service, but why then is backhaul not running? Oh, I should do the journal. There we go. So I should be able to put backhaul. There we go. Error creating IPFS node. Failed to open. Ah, there we go. No IPFS repo found in. I saw a few people talking about this. Please run IPFS init. Right. So let's go to that directory. Oops. Okay. Let's see if this works. And if not, it's a cloud instance anyway. We can nuke it and do it again. Rinse and repeat. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Right, yeah. Oh, well, that was a bit misleading now, wasn't it? Kudo is not distributed through Snap anymore. Please download Kudo from blah. Wait, maybe now. Maybe something. Wait, so what do I need in this directory for IPFS then? Failed to create jobs, failed to open repo found in IPFS. Well, that's interesting. The last time I did this, that automatically set up. So what's...
I think that depends on the version of Bacalao that gets installed.
Yeah, that's what, because that's going to be version 1.4 and we need
1.32, I think.
1.32, which
It
could
will work
be...
with, I think it will work. We just need to do the IPFS init ourselves.
Yeah, that's... No, it's still saying CUDA wasn't distributed. So do I grab that from here then? So CUDA, is there a way to, that's for Mac. Is there a way, oh wait, Linux, is there a way to, I wonder if I can just do like some type of apt-get. Power. Oh, here we go. See, they should have linked that on the page. Maybe I'll just go, oh no. I thought there was an apt-get version. Ah, that's fine. This is fine. So let me bring back that window. I should probably not do that in that directory. Go back, go back. There we go. Blink. Then we need to untar that. And I lost my window. There we go. Blink. Into that folder. And sudo bash install. Excellent. Now that should have worked. Still doesn't like it. Excellent. This is going swimmingly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it should have moved it to the right spot, right? It said it moved it. IPFS2. I said I need to init it or something. Let's see then. Okay, now that's installed. So it should have moved it to use a local bin. And then IPF. The CLA managers. Okay. Ah, right. Okay. IPFS repo. Wait, do I have to set a path on it? Is that the these regions? By default, the path is located at .ipfs. Change repo location. Also, that then means.
I think we set that path earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought so too. Let's double back to. Restart the Docker daemon, install Bacalao, install Lilypad. Didn't we set that in Bacalao? Yeah, Bacalao's in there. That is service providers. I am going the wrong way. No, that's
The
NVIDIA.
Bacalao service.
That one. Bacalao serve. Oh yeah, if you receive the error, you need to initialize. Oh yeah, IPFS init, but it won't do that because CUDA is still running, not running right. Repo is located at home directory IPFS. Change repo location set to IPFS. We probably don't want to do that.
What directory did you create? That's what you want to set the path to.
It moved it to unpacked, moved it to IPFS, user local bin IPFS. So
I think that's different than where you want to set the IPFS path.
that's what I would have
Be-
thought too.
Because that's where we want the IPFS repository to go. This is what it's asking.
Yeah, gotcha. So
Not the
it should
binary.
be app data IPFS.
That's it.
So I need to move. So does Kudo need to move then, or is that already installed to where it needs to go? Wait, I should be able to do IPFS init now, right?
Should be able to. No, and this isn't the directory I want to do it in.
No, this is not the directory we're looking for. Star Wars reference. App data IPFS. Oops. If I hit the right keys, yeah, app data IPFS. So if I go IPFS init, it's Kudo, still throwing a Kudo error.
Never seen that problem before.
Yeah, I wonder if this is something to do with this instance type. So, which we've done, we've downloaded Kudo, but it must be in the wrong spot. Maybe it's because I've installed or tried to install it through an app. It's not a service ready. Oops. No, it's not a service running. Please download Kudos, don't use Snap anymore. This could be because of the instance type we're using or something. But definitely worth adding to the docs. Add a file to show.
I think there is install script in the where you untard the download.
Yeah, that would be. Oops. There we go. Kudo. Well, I was saying Kudo. There is an install script. That's the one I ran.
You already ran that?
Yeah, I ran that one. It's supposed to have moved it IPFS to user local bin.
Let's run it again.
Okay. Oops. Yeah, that's not where I'm supposed to be in. Install sudo bash. Install. Maybe it needs the. Nope. We cannot install IPFS to one of the directories, probably because it's already there though. Unless the only other thing, maybe we need to move it to that other directory. Use local. Oh, what am I doing? Got the LS. If you've just joined us, we are going through some troubleshooting steps for, I'm going to say a new era, because I haven't seen anyone talk about Kubo before. We're setting up a resource provider, going through the steps, setting up a resource provider on a VM instance on GCP at the moment. I think we may have encountered potentially a new install error for IPFS, but we are close to getting things running because it's one last bit left. Although we are also running out of time for this live stream. If you do have a question, comment, or emoji, please drop it into the chat. We are just checking the messages. Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
It looks like it's looking for an IPFS directory in the current directory.
Yeah, I was just reading the message.
What's in the... I'll have a look at this on my computer.
Yeah, the Kubo. Oh, I keep saying Kubo. Kubo install is somewhat new. I haven't seen that before. But I wonder if because IPFS did install. It's still going to throw that. Wait, let me. Nope, still going to say that. Right, I'm going to ask the search engine machine to see if it's got a. Okay, so go back. Yeah, I've seen there's a bunch of people in other projects talking about it's being a bit of an issue. Did I? Can't remember if I tried this. Apt-get install all the things. Yeah, okay. I didn't think it. Whoops. Apt-get install. I didn't think it would be this easy, but you never know. Sometimes it does. Nope. Okay, I didn't think so because of an untar. There was no package.
I think just create the IPFS directory where you are and run it again.
In Kubo?
Yeah. See what happens.
This is on root root kubo or user kubo.
This is where the install script is.
Yes. So create it here.
Yeah, just make it and run it again.
I probably could have just typed the there we go. Up arrow all the things cannot override a non-directory. Oh, okay. So it creates it locally and then tries to move it to user.bin.
There we know. Okay.
Nope, don't want to do that. I want to do IPFS. Well, that should be actually it. Okay.
Did you not have it locally?
IPFS?
Yeah.
It installed it from the untar, but it
Because
hasn't
you've already
done.
it's already moved it. Okay.
Yeah, it's
So we can't
it's
run it
already
twice
moved
because
Yeah.
we moved it already.
because it's sitting in local bin kudo, no IPFS. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's already in location. The issue is it's looking IPFS install is looking for Kubo, which doesn't install as a dependency or can't install it as a automated dependency. It seems to be wanting it. Is it a function? Just IPFS. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be able to install it. Wait, so where does maybe we do need to set that system path. I'm going to need to raise this as a bug on the board. Although I am interested now as to why we haven't had anyone else, like we haven't had this appear as a common install stumbling block as yet. So if you have encountered this before, please let us know so we can make the install on this a little more smoother. But also this could be something to do with the environment I'm using because we've noticed a few of the issues being raised with people trying to run resource provider nodes are related to environmental issues. And I don't know of anyone actually trying to run on a cloud provider platform. So maybe it's something to do with that. What's this? Unless it's to do because status. I thought that might have done something. Try a restart. Actually, I could probably even just use the mega restart down the bottom. Oh, there it is. Reload the system daemon. No, that was not the one I was looking for. I wanted status. Yeah, I'm going to double back to IPFS.
Yeah, that's not going to work until we succeed with IPFS in it.
Yeah. Where did I put it? So that should be that there. The directory's already been created. Oops. That. Yeah, the directory's there. CHRM user. This is going to run as root, which is okay because it needs to configure.
And if you run IPFS in that folder, does it work?
I think it's going to ask for Kubo again. Oops, IPFS limit. Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah, that's what I am wondering too. If it's more a environmental thing because I'm running in a cloud VM. Yeah, it's go IPFS. Includes blah, blah, blah. And we've got it sitting on there. It's just not installed anywhere. Well, we are almost out of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep debugging this, and then next live stream we'll circle back to this one. But I am going to raise an issue on the board, and I'll assign it to me because I really want to figure out what the hell, what is going on, and why didn't that run as smoothly as I thought it would? We were so close too. It was literally just that one thing, and everything would have started working. Yeah, we did get close. I suspect this is probably going to be related to an environmental thing on this cloud provider platform or instance that I'm using here, which was more of an experiment. If you have joined us, we were running a bit of an experiment on a cloud provider's VM just to see if we could get Lilypad resource provider up and running. We almost did, except for one thing with Kubo. Anyway, we will get that solved. Maybe it's even a blog post, but we definitely will update our documentation once we figure out why that didn't install, which I do suspect was environmental issue, but we'll circle back to that one. Anyway, we are almost out of time for this AMA. So if you do have a question, please drop it into the comments because we still have a few minutes. We could answer it. Oh, I'm just checking through now. If you haven't yet joined the Discord, please do. We are actually close to 1,000 members, and the 1,000th person in is a special surprise planned. So if you haven't yet joined, please do, because we want to connect. It's been great the last few months, seeing the community grow around the project and just everyone contributing to helping build out the network as it grows, as it expands, as it scales, which is amazing to see. Keep an eye on our blog because we do blog.lilypad.tech. If you haven't yet visited, well, of course you all have, so you've subscribed and you're all set up. We do have some more new phases coming for the incentive net in coming days. So, and I just got, I just saw that Emma behind the scenes, hi Emma, just gave me the, she ran a poll on, I think maybe Twitter, on what people prefer, Vim or Nano. I'm happy to report Vim wins hands down. No, sadly, it seems Nano is the winner here. I still like Vim. I don't care. It's been around for so long, lasted the test of time. I mean, either's fine. Either does the job. It's literally just a command line text editor. But I prefer Vim, but that's just me. I can use Nano. I just prefer Vim. It's that thing now where I'm so used to doing :WQ without even thinking about it that I just the memory's built into the fingers on the keyboard. But I'm sure being a Nano user, you have as well, Rich. Just you don't even think now. You just like.
Yeah, it's handy to have VI skills for when you're in a real base image that doesn't have Nano installed. So
I have encountered that a few times.
Yeah.
That is a good point. I've actually intentionally, in the Docker file sometimes installed Vim as part of the flow just because I wanted it there when I dash into the instance. So you do raise a valid point with that one, but I'm still going to use Vim. one line in Docker.
Fair enough.
Anyway, we might leave it there for this one. We will circle back on our Kubo issue because it is a new one. I actually wonder if it's related to Backahol. Wait, no, we freeze. Now I want to keep debugging it, but we will say that
we'll
next
figure
time.
it out.
Yeah, it's going to be something like we're going to get off this, Google a couple of things, look at it, go, it was that. And then we can update the docs.
It's an opportunity to make something better.
No, we are grabbing 1.3.0. Okay, from Backahol. I thought it might have done something there, but no, it totally is because now we can make it better. We can adjust things to make sure something is mentioned in the docs in case someone else encounters this. And then for the newer install scripts coming, we'll be able to make sure we mitigate that as well. But we are curious to understand whether this is an specific environmental issue or whether it's a wider reaching issue, just because I hadn't seen anyone mention it before. So maybe this is just something with the instance I was playing around with. But anyway, let us know. Join the Discord, lilypad.tech/Discord, or reach out on one of our social platforms, Twitter X, whatever whichever variation of Twitter you use, Nano or Vim. No, not that. LinkedIn or YouTube, reach out, let us know. Or you can probably connect via, maybe not through GitHub, but we are always looking for contributors. So check out our GitHub. And if you've encountered something that you can help with, then yeah, please let us know. We'd love for you to get involved. I think that's all we've got time for this one. Should I play the theme music again? Do you want to hear it? This is the only place anyone ever. I'm the only one that ever plays this live stream. Yeah, it's an AMA APAC exclusive song. Yeah, no, it totally is, because I'm the only, like, we're the only ones that have ever played it. Maybe we should play there actually is another version of this, so maybe we'll play the other one going out. Anyway, great to see everyone. Thanks for joining. Please join the Discord, and we'll chat to you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.